Hello, my friends. It's Tuesday, so that means it's tutorial day. I hope you will all enjoy this because it's going to be very long. Yes, this is going to be a very long tutorial. I thought maybe I might do it in two parts for those who don't want to see the face and just want to see the eyes. I haven't decided yet. Or you can, if you don't really care about watching the face, you can just fast forward it to the eyes, because I noticed that when I do super long videos, YouTube sometimes decides it wants to freak out on me, so we'll see what happens. But I've already sprayed my little nappy, my little wet nap. Let's go over the eyeshadows we're going to be using again. The Shawnee palette. If you remember, if you have your tutorial preview handy, we're going the darkest, top right here, right there for the crease. Then we go to the lightest down here for the lid. Then we go in with the second lightest right here to go back into the crease and soften it up and make sure that it's shaped as perfectly as we can get it. And then we take a little bit of the second darkest color right here to put a little tiny bit in the outer corners of the eye. And you can do this if you want, you don't have to. Just, I did put this one a little bit, in between my inner tear duct area to kind of brighten them a little bit because it's such a dark, heavy look, and then a little bit under the brow bone. So, but that's totally up to you. But let's get started with the face because it's gonna be a long one. All right, you should hopefully have, get all your stuff together and blah blah blue. Oh, one thing I want to say, guilt, which I literally at 9 a.m. was sitting and waiting because they have Spanx on sale right now. I just got a pair of Spanx. By God, if they don't fit me because there's no refunds, I'm going to flip my you-know-what. But I'm in between sizes, so I'm guessing they should be fine. I think they're around the same size as this. But they were only 35 or 39, somewhere in there, but after tax and shipping and everything, it did come to like $40 some. So I did order my beginning of the month stuff, and it was some pretty pricey stuff. So I might in the middle of the month I'll probably get my lighting equipment, because the light that my husband put in at first worked very well and now it doesn't work at all. Alright, let's get started. So we're using, if you remember, you use what you need to use, but this is what I'm using, the Neutrogena and then the Natural FX. So and I just heard that apparently, I heard some really good reviews on this. So I'm going to look into, I do love my BB cream, but this looks amazing on camera. So I might buy a few shades of these, because I don't know how much they are, but I just might have to get myself some, man. Yes. Alright, let's get, whoa, I got a prime. Whoa, that was like a close call. I'm just so because I know this is going to be a long one, I'm all Twitter-pated. You all better know what Twitter-pated means, or I'll come right through the screen and Twitter-pate you. And I didn't even use it in the right context. Why? There is a lot on my desk this week because stuff that I've used. Besides, oh my God, I forgot my gloss. It's in my purse. Alright, we're probably going to have to do a lipstick, a light lipstick. instead of the matte gloss. But if you have the matte gloss, use the matte gloss. Oh, I can't believe I did that, because I took it with me when I went out this last weekend. Oh, what's wrong with me? I knew I was going to do that too. I kept telling myself, don't forget to get your gloss. Don't forget to get your gloss. So naturally, I forgot to get my gloss. Now tomorrow we are doing my makeup collection. It's going to be lipsticks, and it's going to be a long one. At least it's going to give me a chance to actually kind of go through them and see if I need to like throw any out. So it's kind of helpful. I probably should have put a little bit more on, but I already had some of that L'Oreal on anyways. So there you go. Okay. Oh, I don't have any tissue paper to dry my hands off on. Okay, now we can go in with this. Shake it up, shake it up. This stuff is super thick. I'm also out of stinking lip balm. I wanted to get some at Costco because they have that new stuff. What's the name? There's that stinking commercial that's really annoying, and they look like little fruit things. Little round lip balms. They have them at Costco. They have like a 25 pack. No, it's like a 6-pack or something, and it's like $15. But I'm like, I've never even used one, so kind of hesitant to just up and buy. Like, I didn't put my concealer on. I'm going to put this one on first, okay, because I forgot, like, and I'm wildly red today. My son is home for spring break, and he's kind of had a bad cough, so I'm all out of, like, whack, because, I mean, he's acting fine. He's, like, the toughest kid when it comes to, like, having a cold or whatever. No fever or anything, but, you know, you're a mom, and you worry, and I'm like, I want to get this done, and, I mean, he's just right there in the other room, but, and he's playing, and he acts fine and everything, but still, you want to make sure that, and I told him, if you need something, and I have to not do my tutorial, I'm just gonna have to not do it. 'Cause he's my babe. So, I'm kind of off. Kind of thrown off. I'm not trying to blame him. I'm just saying. I've got so much on my mind that I don't normally have on my mind. Okay, so we're just going to start with this, and since it's so light, I can go back in over it with my concealers, because I'm going to be putting that other, foundation on, so it's not a big deal. I just need to slow down, especially when I get to the eyes, because if I like sit and do what I'm doing now when I'm doing the eyes, I'm gonna completely mess up the entire look. And that's another thing, is I think I'm kind of trying to rush the face, because the eyes are so, you have to be super careful to make sure that you don't mess up. Like, it's a technique that I've used. It's just that, you can use tape using this technique, and when you use the tape, it gives you kind of a guideline, but without the tape, you have to make sure that you take your time so that you get both sides of your crease, to be as close to the same, height as possible. So you want to be really careful and take your time, especially when you're dealing with such a dark color, because if you mess up, you know, it's not just like, oh, well, I'll just wipe that off and fix it. It kind of ruins the entire look. So if I mess up, I'm going to have to redo this tomorrow. I don't want to have to do that. But I love doing this for you guys. I really do. I'm supposed to be, I think, getting either my sunglasses or my, that bracelet. I got an update from Coach that something is coming today. So, pretty exciting. Okay, so now I've never done it like this before. I'm sure it'll be fine once I get that other foundation on top, but I do need to put this on. Actually, it looks a little bit better when you do it on over the light. It's a little on the, what's the word I'm looking for, cakey side, so I gotta make sure I don't do this again. I may not be using powder like I did in the original look because I don't want to be a cake ball. That's why it's really important when you do wear powder, only put powder, one, if you get oily skin. If you don't, if you have dry skin, don't use powder at all. And if you do, I mean, it's best to use one of those little makeup powder puffs. I need to get one. I looked at Target, but they didn't have like what I was really looking for, so I didn't get one. But it's best to kind of pat it on because it sets like concealers and stuff when you literally just put it over like where you put your concealer. And if you do have like, you know, like for me, my forehead tends to get shiny, as you can see. I'm actually going to put a little bit on this on my forehead because it is kind of working as a powder, and maybe this way I won't have to. And I'm really red today, like my face is like I'm on fire. And I want to get this Rimmel brow pencil really bad because apparently it works really well. It's so funny how different it looks from to here to there. It's just really funny to me. It's kind of better to try to pat this on. I get bags. I don't get them too bad, but I know I do get like dark color under there, so I always want to make sure that I put at least a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes. And it also helps with your eyeshadow. When you have eyeshadow on your lower lid, to not fall out. So I always suggest at least putting, you know, even if it's just a tad bit, even if it's just when we do our little cleanup. But I still have a lot of stuff that's coming, but I am kicking back like crazy on ordering items because I have been a bad girl. A bad girl. So I want to, like, I wouldn't have originally have bought those Spanx because I did technically go over budget by buying those. But I have been waiting because I don't have, well, I have the assets that I got at Fred Meyer's, and those are made by Spanx. But from what I heard, they're nowhere near as good as Spanx are. So, ooh, wrong one. See, there we go. I really wanted to get an actual pair of Spanx, and when my sister, she messaged me first thing this morning and was like, oh my gosh, Gilt has Spanx. And I'm like, what? Because I was like, because normally, like, I know about that stuff, like, you know, the day before. So I apparently, you know, looked it over. I didn't notice it because I didn't do too much of my fashion deals yesterday. I did like 4 or 5 sites. And because I only put, like, you know, a few items from each site, I apparently completely overlooked that they were going to have Spanx today. So I'm so glad she messaged me. So by buying the Spanx, that kind of put me over budget. I've been looking for them for a long time, but I should be able to get the lighting equipment, like I said, in the middle of the month. And then I need to chill. But I love opening packages with you guys. I did talk to a representative from Outlook yesterday. Super nice. And I called her because how I got those Lorac pellets together and the other stuff that, you know, how it was supposed to be 2 separate orders. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was still going to receive those. And me and her, like, talked for like an hour. She was so nice. And, you know, I was telling her about the website and, you know, the YouTube channel, and how, because apparently she was, you know, she wanted to know about the makeup, and I was telling her about how they, you know, Lorac's really good and this and that, and I started like giving her beauty tips on over the phone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad. I can't help it though. That's just how I am. I do it in the stores too. I just like to help people. That's all. See, it's totally fine when I put the darker color over. In fact, looks like I didn't put any on that side. It kind of looks a little better, not as orangey, normal. So that's good. But she was super nice. So I told her, you know, because like when Outlook has a sale on like Urban Decay, and their sale is better than the sales that Urban Decay has, I'm like, you know, definitely I have said, you know, and I told her that I'm always saying that Haute look is definitely the best for buying cosmetics. You know, you just have to keep an eye out. And then she's like, that's so cool that you're doing that, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it really is. I really enjoy it, and I hope, I just want her, I forget her name. Sorry, but if you're out there watching, you were amazing, and I did a one of those reviews, like how was your customer service experience reviews, and I gave you a triple A plus, triple A plus. She's so sweet. It's like, aw, we could have been friends if we lived closer. She was just the nicest. Yeah, that actually I think turned out a lot better than it normally does. I am a little bit shiny, like the tiniest bit, but I'm afraid to put powder on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Palladio rice powder, and I'm just literally, because I can feel like right in here and like right in here is where, and I can see it where the shine is, and I'm just going to take the smallest amount with my, I don't have a powder puff, so I'm going to use my big fluffy powder brush, and just put the lightest bit on, because by doing the concealer the way that I did it, it did make the, dang it, I mean, it looks okay, but it did make it a little bit more cakey than normal. So, my fault. I need to slow down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Okay. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start dropping stuff again. So, I've got my Palladio rice powder, and this is just a translucent. This technically comes with the powder puff, but it's already caked in the powder, so I don't really want to use it for, you know, my powder. I want to use my, I'm going to end up needing a new one of these, because it's like I use it so much, and it's starting to get like, or even when I clean it, maybe I'll just give it a nice good bath and some olive oil and that little trick that I saw, and see if that helps, because it's starting to go, you use me too much, because I use it for everything, you know. That's the like main brush that sees the most action. Now I literally just put like you can't even see, if you can, like just like a couple drops, and I'm just gonna swirl that around in there, kind of like when you're doing like a mineral foundations, and I'm literally just like down the nose doing the T-zone. Like you can see up here where there's some shine, the nose, and then right under, because I don't want, right here's a little shiny, and that's it. That's the only places I'm putting this. Okay, now as you all know, I like to prime my eyes now, because wet primer equals for messy eyelids. So I prime my eye before I do anything else. Well, of course I put my foundation on first, but So how was your guys' weekend and all that? Yeah, was it good? Did you go out? I went to Costco. It's craziness. What else did I do? Oh, I saw the Lego movie. That's right, I told you guys about that Sunday. Oh, Saturday. Sunday, I did a whole bunch of nothing. And, like, chilled all day because I've been crazy tired. Because I'm always crazy tired and it stinks. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Like, basically went into Canada because we had to go. My husband my husband and my son, they put the tent up in the backyard like last weekend, something like that, like last weekend or the weekend before or whatever. But so they put the tent up, and my husband wanted to get a little heater for inside the tent. So this little store is literally right next to the Canadian border. It was like the weirdest thing. It's like you could just walk across from that store practically. Okay, eyebrows. The reason I want to get the I kind of want to soften, because my eyebrows, the way that I do them, they do look pretty harsh. I have gotten a lot of compliments on them, the way that I do it. So where is my eyebrow brush? But they are pretty harsh. So I would kind of like to use both, or maybe I do pencil in the front and then go, or maybe just pencil it lightly and then a light of this gel over it instead of the hair gel, or maybe both. I don't know. I just kind of want to play around with it. Or maybe some shadow or a brow powder or color, and then a tiny bit of this over it. I'm starting to think it's looking a little too much, too darkish. It's like the outer sides I want to be a little bit more darker than the inner sides, if you know what I mean. I mean, yes, I do have very dark hair, so I'm going to have very dark eyebrows, but I don't want them to look like I'm literally painting eyebrows on my face. Maybe if I start out here, let's try something new today and work my way in rather than the other way. It's just I have such crazy eyebrows. Oh, I can hear him in there coughing. I don't like it. See, I think that looks a little better. I kind of put a little bit, like I started from the outside. You know, it's still pretty dark, but I think by starting from the outside and working my way in, more of the color is here, and it's not so whoa right here. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Maybe I'll just start doing that. It's just that, you know, like I told you guys, my eyebrows are very very much a pain. Very, very much. I've been thinking about going back to get them threaded again, but I don't want to have to go like literally every week. I think that works a lot better. What do you guys think? I want some inputs. Let me know if you think my eyebrows look a little bit better. It might look the same to you on camera, but to me, they look a little bit more even, and they're not as you guys see? I mean, on camera they really kind of look the same, but like they look as dark on camera as they normally do, but in real life they're nowhere near as dark as normal. So, but if you think that they look good, leave a little note so that I can have some feedback. I would appreciate it, because I love my Makeup Geek gel in Mobster. You guys see me use it every week, and I'm sure my little friends over at Makeup Geek will like that I use their products. I heard that they are coming out with blushes. I'm hoping they come out with cream blushes, because I'm really loving cream blushes right now. I have so many blushes, but I really wish I had more cream. I think Tarte has some really good cream blushes, if I'm not mistaken. And Hot Look did just have Tarte on there, and I missed out because I didn't want to spend the money. So I was kind of bummed, because they did have some blush and stuff on there, and I really wanted to buy some, but I've already bought so much stuff. So next time. Okay, so now we are going to go in with some not Coastal Sands, what am I talking about? The Shiny blush palette. I want to look at my book here real quick so I know exactly which one I used, because I don't remember. It's been a while. I just watched Frozen for the first time Sunday. So I'm thinking of doing some really cute makeup from Frozen. Oh, come on, Lord. My goodness. Okay, here we go. Face. What should I use? Which row was it at? First color, bottom row. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thanks. That's why I write stuff down. Because I forget. Okay, so it would be... Shiny black palette, first color, bottom row. So it's this one, apparently. I hope that's right. It doesn't look like it's been used. I know I put like the lightest bit. see. That's really pink. I don't think I used this color, but should I contour with it? I'm just gonna kind of tap it on my cheekbones here, or like on my apples on my cheeks. I think I might have wrote that down wrong. See, I kind of look like a little clown there. And then I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to blend it back. These blend very well, so that is the one thing I really like about them. Okay. You just need like the tiniest bit. I think I wrote that down wrong, but if that's what it says, then that's what I'm going to use. Itchy. That's what I'm going to use. Take this tiredness away from me. And I want to start getting some artwork for the walls and really, you know, start making this look a little bit more, you know, cutesy. It is considered technically a guest room, but we only have my nephew that he came last summer, and he's probably going to be here in July for maybe a week and a half. So I might have to skip a week of tutorials and stuff. Sorry guys, but I don't get to see him very often, and I want to be able to hang out with him. I think that he is going. There's some game thing that's going on, and so he'll be going to that for a few days. Maybe on the days that he's not here, I might be able to come here. But I kind of feel weird coming into like what would be his room. if you understand what I mean, it's like, you know. Like once he's here, this kind of becomes his room. It's Keith's room. So I'm probably gonna just take a week off. Sorry guys. But that'll just make you more excited for the next time that I do stuff. I will, however, put my computer or my laptop here in the other room if I happen to get packages and need to open packages with you guys, because that's something that I really want to do with you. If I have a package, I want you guys to see exactly what I'm getting when I get it, because I feel that it's very important for, if I'm showing you guys on my fashion deals or I'm recommending a place to buy something from, and I want you to see it when I get it and exactly how it looks, because I am not affiliated with any of these places, and I don't want people to think like, oh, well, she's getting paid, so that's why she's doing this, or oh, she gets free stuff. No, everything I have gotten, I have paid for myself. So, yeah, I pay for all of it. Now we're doing our highlight and pot it. And we're just doing the tops of the cheekbones. I'm doing a foundation, angled foundation. Having that problem today. An angled foundation brush. I went over both colors very lightly, and I'm just going over the tops of the cheekbones. And I've never used foundation on this, so it's very soft, and it works really good for putting on. Like, I just go and I kind of like do a couple swipes over both colors, and then just like that. Just for some shimmer on the tops of the brow, of the bones, or whatever they're called, whatever. Cheekbones, face bones, just for some shimmer. Yes, it looks nice. And then I put this and I go like this, and then I close it, and then I put it in the box, and I just close this, and I go like this, and I do this. Oh, it's so fun. It's almost time for the eyes, guys. Oh, I hope I have a steady hand today. I can't believe I forgot to bring in my gloss. So if you do have the matte gloss that I originally wrote down, use it, because you do want to have a light color with such a dark look. Okay, now let's open the eyeshadows. Now remember, we are going in, we're literally counting, it's this row, but we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So like top, bottom, and then this one, then this one, and possibly this one. But the brush we're going to start off with is, this is a Coastal Scents from that big set that I have. It's a very super tiny flat pencil brush. Now, when you take your palette and you're going to use that color, just put the tiniest bit on both sides. Kind of almost just like on the tip of the brush too. Make sure you tap off that excess. I mean, if you have to flick it a few times, I might have to use this mirror. I will try, because I don't want to be looking down when I do this. I need to be looking straight so that I can get that crease. So if I do it like this, my crease is going to get messed up. So basically, you see, we're going in, literally in, drawing a line into the crease. Can you guys see? Now, what we're going to do from here is the color that's there. We're going to use that color. We're going to use the brush, and we're going to go upwards from the inner to outer, making the inner not as high. So basically going from like, here, watch. You're just going to take this and do little strokes going up. You don't want this part to go up super high. You want it to go higher towards the end. This is takes a lot of patience and really take your time. I'm not joking. This is why this is a good one to use for, if you need to flip it for more color from the other side, go ahead. This is why this one's good with tape. So I'm trying to go up here on the outer, see how I'm trying to make the outer part go up a little, and then I'm going to take that. Oh, and we're also going to be using our highlight color, so whatever your highlight color, after we're done with getting this part done, we go in with our highlight color to try to soften it out. And really try to keep it just in that crease. Okay, I think I can go ahead and use this mirror now. Now when I kind of get towards the inner part right here, I kind of just go from where it ends, use the edge, and like kind of work my way. So it is still even, but the outer part is still the highest. Really try to keep it in that crease. Sometimes it can be really hard. I probably should have used a thinner brush. Okay, I think we're just about done with this eye for now. So you should have something like that right now. Alright, you have a completely blank lid. If you want to kind of go all the way in with that dark, so you've got a really cut crease, that's fine. And you might want to try to get some of that color that's not there on the outside. Just kind of see how I kind of connected it. I'm trying to make it almost like it's kind of coming out. That's why it's really good. I'm sorry, my nose is all itchy. It's really good to use tape with this look, because you can, when you do this side, you can get a really nice cut side outer line right there, and then soften it up when you're done. But I think it's good to know how to do this without the crutch of the tape. So I'm sure you can see why and how it can be very hard to get each eye completely even. Alright, so, come on. I'm going to take a dry, and I'm going to wipe off any excess from this eye, because I want the next eye to be, I don't want it too much. So, if there's any, like, make sure you try to put exactly the same amount on as you did with the last eye. Remember, like, try to do a lot, like, just on the tip, but you do want a little bit on the on either side. Flick the crazy out of it. Now we're going to basically do what we just did to this eye. I'm just going to go in, start drawing a crease. Yeah, I have to do this with this mirror. I can't look down. So, see, we have the line. Now, you can go ahead and start making it go up. Try as hard as you possibly can to keep it even, to as even as you did the other side. It's not an easy thing to do. And that's another reason why I go back in with that softer silver color, to kind of lighten it so it's not so harsh, because it's a pretty dark color to have going on your crease. But it's a very good technique to know. You can do all kinds of neat ideas with this technique. Like, I'll probably, for when it comes to like the spring flower looks, be using this technique a lot. Does that fall out? See, already it's like this one is becoming more rounded than the other one, and that's what happened last time. So now I really want to kind of focus just on the outer part right here, and then I'll go back in, and I really want to try to make it as even as I can. And then after this, we're going to be going in with that white and putting it all over the lid. So as you can see, this definitely takes time. That's why I said that if you don't want to watch the full tutorial, you don't have to. I mean, we're already at an hour, and we're just starting the crease, because you have to take a lot of time. See, this one, there's already a difference. Ay, caramba. Like, this one's lighter already. So I'll have to make sure okay, well then I'm gonna add a little bit more color, because the other one is a little darker, and what you want them to try to be as even as possible. So I'm just gonna kind of go in. I'm not going to change the shape, I just want to darken up what I already have, because the other side is darker. And even though, like, yeah, we're going to lighten it anyways, you want to start off with it being as literally as similar to each other as possible. So you should have something like this. As you can see, this one's coming out a little bit more. I mean, they're pretty close. I don't want to overdo it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now. Don't wipe this off yet, just in case you have to go back in there. Ah, my... I was talking to my husband about this. It really drives me nuts. My face only itches when I do videos, and he explained something to me, like when you do a speech, or when you're supposed to be quiet, or like, you know, like if you're in church or whatever, or you're doing a speech, like, and like you're really trying to not like do anything else, that's when you like start to itch, like when you have to be still, or you're doing this or that, and it's like, I don't want to be touching my face because I'm doing my stinking makeup. So that's why my face is going to sit here and be wildly itchy the entire time I do these videos. It's all in your head. So now we're going to go in with our NYX. Our Nixie Poo. So close to being, like, I have, like, hardly any. And we're going to blend that out before we put in the white, because, you know, we do want to soften that up before we put any more color in it. So you're just doing your brow bone, basically, and kind of softening the edges of what we just did. Oh yeah, I have this mirror. Forgot, sorry. So just softening it up a little bit. And then we're going to go in with the white. And we're probably going to have to go in with the white a couple times. I did last time. Because I think you really want it to stand out. You know, because you've got this crazy dark crease. I think it looks really cool to have, you know, a really bright white. If I hadn't already, like this would be those blend mineral shadows, that white that came with it, that would be a really cool color to put in there, but I'm not going to, because that's not what I have written down. So now we're going in with the white. So, and this is kind of a satin finish. It's not really matte, it's not really shimmer, it's more of a satin. So you really kind of want to pack it on there, because, and try to be very careful not to, like, you know, flick it off on there. You just want it on the lid. You just want it to cover the blank spot. So we're just gonna patty pat pat. All the blank spots. And yes, it might mix a little with the gray, not a huge deal. I have another brush like this one that I think I probably should have used because the tip is a bit thinner, and I would have been able to get, I think, more of a cut crease. Because this one kind of goes down into the lid a little bit, and I kind of didn't want that to happen, but now I know for next time to use the other brush. I just knew I had a brush in that set that I would be able to use, so it was the easiest one to find. So just 2 little layers of the white. You know, don't worry about it blending in with the gray because it kind of looks good. You kind of want it to blend in with the gray. So and then after we go in with the other colors and everything's blended out, it, you know, it turns into a really neat, artsy, you know, fun look. You know, red would look really good with this. I'm not saying it wouldn't, red lips. But because I realized that I literally had done this almost exact look, that's why I chose not to do red lips, because in the last one that I did, I had red lips on, and I didn't realize it until I was in the middle of putting this on. I was like, oh my gosh, I've done this look. Like almost the same colors. The crease color there was like black. And I think it was just a little too much when I added the red. So that's why this time I want to go in with a little bit of a lighter color. I might be able to try a pink or something, since I don't have it. If you have your gloss, use your gloss, but my goofiness forgot. So now we have this, basically, and we're going to get our this again and just kind of, you know, kind of soften just a little bit. We are going to be going under the, you know, bottom lash line too, because this would probably not look very good with if we didn't. So take your medium dome brush. Now we're going in with this one right here and just pat it, and we're going to kind of soften the crease, and it's also going to help to shape it. So I might have put a little bit too much. Yeah, I did. Oh no. But this definitely helps to soften it, shape it, and kind of go up a little higher. Don't go too far down. about that. Go back in. I did kind of overdo it. But it does soften that super darkness to more of a gray than that super dark, almost black color. So we've got something like that now going on. And then what I did is I went and I took this one right here, which is like the second, and then the small Kirkland. I just dipped it a couple times, and I kind of wanted to like go in a little bit, just like the tiniest bit with some color, like literally just like the littlest bit. See, like it's just the littlest bit. So do it again on the other eye, and it's just on the outside. And you just want the tiniest bit. Okay, now I think it'd be best to go back in with a little bit more of the white, because it seems to want to come off. Mainly on the lower part right here. And you're kind of like blending all the colors together. Okay, so I think we are about ready. If you want to take the dome brush for one more time and kind of go into the crease to soften it or to shape it. It's pretty intense. Now this one definitely looks better than the last time I did it. It's a little bit more even, so I'm happy about that. So that's what we got. So take your pencil, pencil brush. I need to, I learned that a lip balm. And then go in with the darkest color. Actually, let's put a little bit of powder under there first. So get your little highlight color out and go underneath. This kind of helps. It's almost like you're priming your lower line. And we're going to be going, it's going to be pretty dark. I mean, we're going to be going in the waterline and the, like, both water lines with, with a dark liner, rather than me doing my nude. So take some of that black, put it on a pencil brush, go about halfway, or about to where your lashes end. Oh, I keep kidding? I have that mirror right there. You guys need to slap me in the face when I do that. The whole reason I bought it. I think the delivery man might have just came. Ooh. Maybe, maybe not. I hear things, I get excited, and I start hearing delivery people come when they're not even here. I do, I'm not kidding. I'm like, is that the delivery man? No. Alright, so, I think we should do our, let's go ahead and put some of that, lighter color in the, inner tear duct. That one, I just think it needs it. I really do. This one right here, just tiniest bit. Just go like, yeah, just like that. Just the tiniest bit. You don't need much. Just brighten up because it's so dark, and dark closes your eyes. You want to open your eyes a little bit. A little bit here at the top. Okay, I think we're done with shadows. You can put those away. Now we're gonna, I'm not doing eyeliner because the last thing I want to do is tightline. And I will be doing that when I put my eyeliner on, so now we're going to do our mascara first. I know that's odd, but because I don't want it getting messed up, I want to do it like that. That's how I want to do it. Alright, so we're going to use this Lash Fusion. If you have it, or just a thick. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use this again. Kind of a bummer. I mean, I did get some pretty cool stuff in that little package, but I'm kind of bummed out about the mascara, because I'm always super excited when I get like little free mascaras. Like I have, when my husband bought me something from Chanel, I have a Chanel mascara that I'm always forgetting I have. It's because I keep it in my purse if I need to touch up. It's the cutest thing. It's a little tube with a wand. I love it. Now let's use the better one. It's the Ulta. I really like this mascara. I like the shape of the wand, and I like the length that it gives me. I have to do it with this mirror. I'm sorry, guys. And it's amazing how just putting mascara or eyeliner like really completes a look, especially when you're doing such a dramatic look. This is pretty stinking dramatic, if I do say so myself. But it's done. This would be fun for a night out. Night out with the girls. So, those of you who didn't know how to do that technique, now you know how to do it. And it's really fun to do with like colorful, more like when I did it with like almost a burgundy shadow. Oh, it turned out so good. Okay, so now we're going to go in, we're going to use that retractable pencil because like I've told you before, these are the easiest when it comes to tight lining your eye. It doesn't hurt. You're not like stabbing your eye with the pencil. So that's why I like to use the my retractable and just go all the way to the inner, like to the bottom, because we're gonna also take some more and do the lower. And go all the way in. You almost want that like Arabic see how much bigger my eye is when I do that. Ooh, I love it. And this way you don't have to worry about it going to the bottom because it's already on the bottom. See, it came down. But that's okay, I wanted it to. Oh, that came out dark. See if I can either erase that or match that. This is like a super small mirror, so sometimes it's kind of hard to use. I'm gonna have to go in. Sorry guys, because it kind of went in a little further than it should have on one side. So now I have to kind of match it. Okay, I'm good. Alright, let's do some color on our lips. Let's pick a color because I don't have my gloss. Oh wait, we gotta clean up with our concealer. What was I thinking? So let's take the tiniest bit and just like dot, dot, a little bit more dot, a little bit more dot. And take our 224 and clean right under that eye. It brightens it up, cleans it up, makes it so that stuff doesn't smudge. Oh, I can hear my baby coughing. I'm gonna check and see if I have any confirmation from my babies. Okay, so let's pick a color. What color was I going to use next anyway? Let's just pick the color I was going to use next. It's probably going to be a pink, but pink should go good with this. Nice bright color. My lip brush. You guys can use a clear gloss or use that matte gloss. Okay, I'm going to use this one right here. Oh, you guys can't see. There's one right here. Kind of a purpley, pinky, purplish pinky color. It's pretty. Make sure I have enough. Oh yeah. See? It's almost like the lipstick version of the gloss I was going to use. That's kind of funny. It really is. It's kind of the same undertone. Alright, almost. I really wish this showed up better. I'm so sorry, guys. I will get that lighting equipment at the middle of the month, I promise. Okay. I think that looks awesome. Yeah, and it took an hour, almost an hour and a half to do. So, like I said, if you guys want to just do the eyes, that's fine. I totally understand, because it's a pretty stinking hectic look. But I hope you liked it. I had fun. It's a good technique, you know, to learn, you know, because you can, you know, and we'll do it again probably with tape, so that I can have a more even cut. Like if I do like a flower, I might do a green. And so I might want it more straight to kind of resemble a leaf. So I'll probably do this again, but with tape, and we'll do like a flower look, and I'll do, I don't know, I have so many greens, I don't know what kind of green it'll be, so I'm gonna have to, I want to try to, like if I pick a flower, I want it to be as close, like just like I said with the whole Disney thing, I want it to be literally as close to the exact color as possible. And I'm pretty sure I have enough makeup now where I can get pretty close for just about any look there is. Alright guys, so that concludes our Ebony and Ivory tutorial, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. So leave some comments on the blog. I really like the eyeliner because you're not going too crazy because you're doing it underneath, so it does give that, you know, you still get that that look of eyeliner, but it's not too much, because the, you know, the eyes are so dramatic as it is that you don't have like crazy thick eyeliner on. I think it's just a perfect amount. So that was fun, guys. I know it took a long time, but I wanted to try to make them as, and they're a lot better than they were last time, as even as possible. So alright, and I'll see you probably later today with some goodies to open. So, alright, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy watching it. I know it's crazy long, but I really feel it's worth it learning. If you never use this technique, I really think it's a good technique to learn. So, and I'm still perfecting it myself. I mean, it's you know, it takes, just doing that crease takes the longest. That's the longest part, and you know, you're trying to make both sides as evenly as possible. So, and having the right tools also help. I probably should have used the smaller brush. I probably would have had a little bit better control in the brush, because the other brush I have is a lot thinner. So I would have been able to, you know, because when I was putting with this brush, it's a little thick, a little thicker than I would care to use. So when I'm trying to do the line, it's kind of going down into the lid when I want that lid absolutely blank. So, but I'll try it with the other brush, and then we'll see which one I like better. Alright guys, that's it. I know you don't want to sit and watch anymore. Oh look, I'm wearing my little coil bracelet from Guilt today. Or no, this is Beyond the Rack. Yeah, I want to like stretch it all out, all up my arm. I think that would look cool. Probably break it though, so I'm not going to. Alright guys, talk to you later. See you in a while if I get any shipments. Bye.